What's up guys, Rick here from Shaw Productions. Now I would like to apologize for the lack of Build at Night episode 3. I actually am working on that currently. However, it's taking longer than expected, so instead of leaving you guys hanging with the video for this week, I'm going to go ahead and do a tutorial for a simple creeper farm for 1.14. Now, before we get into the whole farming aspect, I want to show you guys what makes a good creeper farm and how you can make a creeper farm, how it's possible. I want to give credit to this display to Logical Geek Boy. He's the one who came up with this, so I am taking this from him. So if you press F3B here to open up the hitboxes of the mobs. For those of you who didn't know, the hitbox of a mob is essentially how big the mob actually is, and everything else is just visual. Like these arms aren't actually there. You see, I can't punch her like that. I have to hit somewhere inside the box. And what makes the creeper different than the rest of these mobs, these are all the mobs that will naturally spawn in your world, is the creeper, as you can see, the hitbox is a little bit shorter than all the other mobs except for the Enderman, obviously 3 blocks tall. These are all 2 blocks tall mobs. The creeper is 1.7 blocks tall. So what we can do, in order to restrict spawns from all other mobs, we can make a too high roof and put trapdoors on the ceiling. Therefore, when the game tries to spawn in all these different types of mobs, it's not going to be able to spawn any of them except for creepers. So instead of spawning this mobs, it just spawns more creepers. These are the only mobs that can fit. Now, if you notice, the spider is shorter than all of these mobs. So you're probably thinking, well, then you would get creepers and spiders to spawn if you put the trapdoors over the roof. However, spiders uniquely need a 3x3 area to spawn in. So if we block off one of these, if we put a piece of carpet or a trapdoor, because mobs cannot spawn on either one of these things, in this area, somewhere in this corner, somewhere in this area, it invalidates the spawn of a spider, because a spider needs the full 3x3. It doesn't have that because of this one carpet piece, therefore the spider will not spawn. Now, what makes this farm a 1.14 farm is that it uses the Wither Rose, and the Wither Rose is a unique item that was added in 1.14 that can only be obtained by the Wither killing any mob, because the Wither attacks almost every mob that is not a Wither skeleton, and any mob that it kills will drop a Wither Rose. Now, some pros with this farm is that you don't have to deal with cats. Previously, this is the style of farm that you would have to make creeper farms before in order to make them lag free. But the problem with this farm is not only the AI of the cat, sometimes they would follow you, it would be hard to get them in here, and sometimes they'd teleport back to you and they would ruin the farm. The idea behind the cats is creepers are afraid of cats even when they're sitting down. So if a creeper spawns anywhere inside of these green spaces, they will run away from the cat. Now, you can actually force them to run into chambers by making those chambers the only way out and making it a drop chute down to their death. And that's how creeper farms would work in the past. However, those limiting factors that I mentioned earlier is what makes it difficult, and as well as the limited range. Because if you can see here, the yellow just means sometimes they would run away, sometimes they wouldn't. I don't know. That's like a gray area for me. But anywhere outside of that, anywhere in the red here, you'll see the creeper does not acknowledge the fact that there is a cat there unless you go on the green, and then they will run away. The issue from that then becomes that we can only make this farm as big as this circle, right? Unless we stack them on top of each other, but obviously then you would need a cat for every single level. The alternative to this would be water farms. Now, the problem with these is they cause a lot of lag, and if you don't know how these work, you would just have a dispenser that would put down the water to flush the creepers after they spawned into a drop chamber. The problem with this is not only is it, again, restricting because water can only flow 8 blocks unless you make a step down, but then that would be kind of an odd shaped farm, but on servers it causes a lot of lag, those water going up and down, especially placing a lot of water. So this is when this farm comes in, the Wither Rose farm. It is a bit of an endgame item. That's what I would say would be a bit of a con here I've written, but that's really the only con I could find. You need lots of Wither Roses. Now, if you have a Wither Rose farm or know how to build a Wither Rose farm, or simply just do it the old-fashioned way and just get a couple chickens and have the Wither try and shoot at them while not getting killed yourself, you can get quite a handful of these. And what these make so special is the fact that creepers are able to spawn directly on this platform, and subsequently they immediately die by the wither roses. Their drops will just lay here wherever they spawn, so you would need a hopper minecart to come by under the platform to pick them up, which is what I have set up over here. But this is kind of to give you an idea of what it would look like on the inside. So you have the trapdoors on the ceiling to prevent other mobs from spawning, and I also have, you see, for every 3x3 grid, I have a piece of carpet here. So you can see you need very little carpet, but you want to max out the efficiency by having a border of at least 2 blocks going around the entire farm. Because if you have, let's say, if you get rid of this line here, or you just have these carpets up against a wall, you have wasted spawning spaces. So you typically want to make it a symmetrical size to prevent spider spawns. See, a pro of this farm, though, even though it is fairly expensive to get, is that it is extremely expandable. You can have this as a huge square and have either tons of hopper minecarts. The only limiting factor I've seemed to come around is if the item despawns before the minecart is able to get to it. But if you have multiple minecart hoppers, or even if you don't, if you just have the one minecart with hopper, because that's really all you need, it'll take a long time for it to despawn. The despawn timer is 5 minutes, and sure enough, that minecart will get back here in time. If it doesn't, then obviously you just need to add a second minecart. But this is essentially infinitely expandable horizontally, and as well you can stack it vertically, as I've done here. Now the rails are messed up here. Ignore that. That's just the way the clone command works. I don't know why it kind of glitched out and did that. This is what they are supposed to look like. So we just have a snake of powered rails going into a hopper, into a chest. You have to have a block here at the end here so the minecart bounces off, obviously. But for the most part, if we even close this farm up, it would start working. But it's a very simple concept. I've tried to find videos like this, and I haven't really seen many people do it, so I thought I'd show off and kind of give you a couple reasons why this is much more efficient than these old 2 farms, and why almost everybody should be using Wither Rose farms, because they're much more efficient. And the possibilities for expansion are incredible, especially considering that these cause little to no lag compared to something like the water, or you have the limiting and frustrating factor of the cat farm. So if you guys did like this video, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I will get back to the Build That Night series as soon as I can. I'm sorry that episode is coming out a little bit late. I've run into a bit of a builder's block with the design, so hopefully that I will get that video done and edited soon and put that up for you guys, because I know you're excited to see that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.